Here's a story that you're not going to see coming across mainstream media, and I honestly believe that it should be getting more play. Now, if you're into sports and you subscribe to like SI or the various other sporting or sport reporting sites, you may have come across this, but I doubt it seriously. With all of the people, males primarily, that are coming under the gun by women coming out and claiming that they were sexually harassed, abused, or raped, and their stories being believed because multiple people are coming out. Here's a story of a young man playing on the Oklahoma football team that was accused of rape. I'm going to play the news clip for you, and then I'm going to give you some of the background details that may not be included in this particular clip.
OU running back Rodney Anderson has been cleared after being accused of rape.
The district attorney says there's no evidence to back up the woman's claims against the Sooner star athlete. Our News Night's Kaylee Bourgeois joins us live at the Cleveland County Courthouse with the rest of the story. Kaylee?
Well, police say that evidence from cell phones and the accuser's own friends did not back up her claims that the Sooner football player assaulted her. When she filed a Norman police report 10 days ago, the woman said she only remembers parts of her interaction with Anderson and trying to get away from him. In documents filed 2 weeks after that interaction took place, the woman said she feared for her safety, but based on text messages and testimony from her friends, it appears the woman did remember the night. Her friends told police she communicated with them about Anderson both during and after their night together.
That she then began to brag about the relationship that she was having with him, and even indicating to them that she had had sexual intercourse with him.
Now, the DA's office want to be clear. Although the accuser's story didn't match what they found in this case, they do want sexual assault survivors, true survivors, to come forward in the future. And in fact, in his original statement, Anderson says he has tremendous compassion for sex assault survivors. I'm live on the scene on the story in Norman. Kaylee Bourgeois, News.
With us, OU running back Rodney Anderson has been cleared after being accused of rape.
The district attorney says there's no evidence to back up.
Now, here's a Sports Illustrated article regarding Mr. Anderson, and to be honest with you, it's very, very brief. I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to give you some more of the details as far as what went down here. Cleveland County District Attorney Greg Mashburn announced Thursday that no charges will be filed against Oklahoma running back Rodney Anderson, who was accused of rape last week. Definitely charges are not warranted under these circumstances, Mashburn said, according to George Schroeder of USA Today. A former Oklahoma student filed a protective order against Anderson December the 4th and alleged he bit, raped, and sexually assaulted her with his fingers at her apartment on November the 16th. Anderson was scheduled to appear in court December the 18th for a hearing that will determine if the order is extended. After the allegations reported, Anderson and his attorney immediately denied the claim. His attorney said the accusation came after Anderson chose to not pursue a relationship with the woman. Anderson is Oklahoma's leading rusher with 960 yards and 11 touchdowns on 162 carries, though he did not become the primary ball carrier until the second half of the season. The redshirt sophomore also had 16 catches for 283 yards and 5 scores. Now, this is what went down. Mr. Anderson happened to be at a drinking establishment, and this woman apparently came on to him, but got a little loaded, okay? Mr. Anderson, I guess, being a gentleman, escorted the woman back to her place of residence. Things got a little warm, but not hot, okay? He left. No rape, no biting, no none of that. The woman the next day starts bragging to her girlfriends how nice the event with, or the interaction with Mr. Anderson was. The woman was actually bragging, and that is via statements given by her friends. She also said that she was looking forward to going out with Mr. Anderson going forward. Mr. Anderson, I guess, thinking better of the situation, decided to stay away from it, which was smart. The woman, being rebuffed at this point, now decides that she's going to get this guy, okay? But this was only after approximately a week of her chasing Mr. Anderson, which was substantiated by messages on her cell phone, text messages to Mr. Anderson. So then, magically after a week, now her memory starts coming back as to the, I guess, unwanted touching, etc., by Mr. Anderson. But she previously had told her friends that she really enjoyed being with him that night and only wishes that they had had sex. So, this is another one of those deals where a woman cried a wolf and there was no wolf in the vicinity. And thank God that her friends stepped up to the plate and told the truth about this, and her own cell phone, and I guess he had cell phone messages, hopefully he hadn't deleted them, that proved that she was full of crap. Now, in my opinion, her name should be released because his name has been dragged through the mud, and his reputation took a major hit until he was able to properly defend himself. Her name should be given the same treatment as far as being dragged through the mud because she made allegations that were absolutely untrue, and she was just trying to get back at this guy because he didn't want to lay the pipe to her or actually have anything further to do with her after that one-night interaction. Folks, it's not always what it's portrayed to be. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of situations out there where something like this does happen. And for those guys that commit those, and I'll call them heinous acts against women, they should be buried under the damn jail. But I believe the same treatment should be given to women who falsely accuse a guy because, well, for whatever reason, primarily because they don't really want to have a relationship with them. End of story.